Have so many people lost faith in cryptocurrency? Essentially, holders are the most staunch advocates of the crypto community. Because in the wake of 2017 hype and the beginning of 2018, there were too many of us. And the more people lose their hope and interest, the sooner we can move on to the next cycle stage. Glad to welcome you to the Coin Post channel. So I'm sitting there, the Bitcoin chart is in front of me, and I'm waiting for it to go to the moon. And then I get the news on Twitter that people are massively pulling out of crypto. Stop panicking though, as we're not talking about the sales and the prices are doing well so far. However, the number of subscribers in the Telegram channels on cryptocurrencies significantly decreased from June 2018 to April 2020. These numbers may scare you, especially if you look at the fact that the Litecoin and Ripple public channels have shrunk by more than 60%. Have so many people lost faith in cryptocurrency? Or should I ask, who are those people who left? And how is it gonna affect the industry overall and most importantly, the price? Before getting into it, please check if you've subscribed to our channel and don't forget to click the bell not to miss the latest content. Let's get started. Let's start with those who are a part of the cryptocurrency community apart from the developers. We can all be conventionally divided into three types, and we put traders in the first place. Not because they are better or worse, it's just more convenient for me to explain this way. The right trader will always earn their own bread because they don't care about the global trend on the market, as long as there's enough volatility. If you look at the trader in terms of his participation in the crypto community, they are somewhat active and involved. After all, you got to look not only at the schedule, but also to understand the issue. Therefore, as long as the cryptocurrency market keeps working, traders will stay put, joined by the new ones. And it's those who did not succeed that delete their accounts. They drained their deposit several times and decided to forget about Bitcoin like a nightmare. The second type, and probably the basis of the whole crypto party, are investors, aka holders. Some of them believe in Bitcoin only. Others collect an entire portfolio of cryptocurrencies waiting for a brighter future. For a holder, it would be perfect if they waited until the world gives up the fiat money and switches to using Bitcoin. But a holder doesn't have to be passive. I'm in favor of the option when the portfolio is continuously rebalanced, depending on market sentiment and the development of specific projects. Besides, there's nothing wrong with the holder selling and buying at the bottom, even if it is not going to the moon, but simply making strong medium-term movements. Waiting for it to go to the moon cannot really sustain you. Essentially, holders are the most staunch advocates of the crypto community, but some get weak and delete their accounts. Typically, those are newcomers who dare to enter the market at peak prices and they don't have enough experience and patience to survive the worst of times. Their way is selling cryptocurrencies just to get at least something and solemnly sending everyone to hell. And finally, the third type of participant in the crypto community is nocoiners, those who have neither bitcoins nor altcoins. Most of them are knowledgeable people who cannot make up their minds whether to enter this market or it's just a scam. And you can't blame them, because Bitcoin is great, but various scammers are revolving around it who desperately want to sell you their shitcoin, their training program, drag you into a pyramid, or simply get money through a fake exchange, wallet, or in some other way. My advice for such people is to be careful as possible, double-check all the information, and move to the camp of traders or investors only after you're confident that it's the right decision. Obviously, many of the nocoiners, especially those who paid their attention to cryptocurrencies at the beginning of 2018, never even got to buying their first coin, and then lost their interest and left the community. But there are those nocoiners that have firm and negative convictions. Developing this topic further, I'm running the risk of getting more dislikes below the video, but you can help me hold it back by giving your thumbs up. So I don't know who heard those people who often write in the same comments on YouTube that your Bitcoin is gonna drop to zero, but I classify them as nocoiners haters. Where do they come from? For example, they are former traders or investors who have unsuccessfully dropped out of the market, ending up in the red, waiting for a reboot to at least somehow justify their own mistakes. Moreover, one cannot rule out the presence of the natural haters among nocoiners. For example, Peter Schiff's followers, who have repeatedly predicted Bitcoin to drop to zero. There's even a Bitcoin death counter. There are 380 predictions there today. Interestingly, they don't take just some specific statements, such as YouTube comments or a post in a chat room, but quite reasonable ones, preferably from reliable sources. Well, that's all about the types of participants in the crypto community, and we're moving on to discussing how the outflow of people will affect the industry. The truth is, the Telegram channels now have a massive outflow of the audience, which began in 2018 and continues up to now. However, it's slowed down in the last few months. You can see for yourself if you use the statistics services and see how the audience of real channels has changed. Because those who screwed up with their subscription with bots, they're fine until the next cleansing from the Messenger administration. But that's a whole different story. People leave and it's okay, because in the wake of 2017 hype and the beginning of 2018, there were too many of us. Too many of those who heard about cryptocurrencies, got interested in making some money, but then something went wrong. After all, not all of them were aware of how the market operates, how much a holder should really wait until it goes to the moon, and why Satoshi Nakamoto launched the Bitcoin network in 2009. Moreover, the fact that people are leaving is actually good. I mean, we know how the market works. Each new cycle begins after the weak hands are removed. At the accumulation stage, which is also the phase of smart money, there should be only the most staunch supporters of the asset in the market. And the more people lose their hope and interest, the sooner we can move on to the next cycle stage. But it doesn't mean that we could have a terrible ending when everyone leaves. After all, day after day, we make our contribution to ensuring that the industry develops and finds new supporters. It's our common contribution to building the core, which will become the basis for the further development cycle. And as the events of March the 12th in the stock market showed, these joint efforts are bearing fruit. Because the Bitcoin market resisted during the general sale, it showed the best recovery dynamics and did it without the trillions of dollars that the US is now pouring into the economy. Moreover, some helicopter money has already been used to buy cryptocurrencies, according to the head of the Coinbase cryptocurrency exchange. And it is the best evidence that despite the decrease in the number of accounts on social network over the past 2 years, the core of Bitcoin's supporters, on the contrary, has grown over the same period. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching the Coin Post channel. Subscribe and get enlightened.